ball, full swing. We're not going to take off running. The mentality is hit the crap out of the ball, take off running. It's my first base coach's job to tell me where to go.
Okay.
Right? Don't grab those hands. Load and freeze. Push it back even more and sit back in that right hip. Okay, slowly turn the hips and keep those hands back, front shoulder back down, hands back. Go move. When the hips go, we should be just trying to stay down with the shoulder as much as possible.
Okay.
Right, sit back in that hip a little bit more and fire. Good. See, so at that point, when we're sitting in that halfway position and we hit the ball in the middle, it's because we dump our chest a little bit. I want you to really make contact here and peel back, but you should still be wide enough to where we can drop into a lunge or do split squats or whatever we need to do. Always remain athletic because you never know what's going to happen. Good. So, with people who have problems bat wrapping, what's the harm in starting loaded or 3/4 loaded? What's the harm in that? Because we still have rhythm, right? Most of our rhythm comes from the lower from the lower body, legs with the load, step for timing, then we go. So if we're already loaded, there's nothing wrong that can happen. Okay, so let's try that real quick. And what I mean is, see how there's distance between that front left shoulder and the chin? Okay, I want you to load south enough and a little bit more north to where that shoulder runs into your chin.
Okay.
Because the head's staying still, right? And then when we make contact and we punch, that back shoulder is going to feel like a right hook to our chin. That's how hard I want that shoulder crashing into the chin. Okay?
Feel like start loading.
Yeah, start loaded. Start loaded. Good. Feel that? Now go. Don't pull back. Go this way. All the way inside the soft leg. Go. So, hold on. When we hit that ball to right field, right? The first couple with no pressure, and I didn't make you start in a halfway position or a loaded position. You got all the way through that ball, and then we started veering it to the left with the bat wrap. If you can control that rhythm back here, I don't have any problems with you not starting loaded. I think that you're still going to be fine because you hit the ball hard everywhere. But as far as staying condensed and staying compact with the push, I want to see you start loaded a little bit more. There's more power in there and there's less room for error. But it doesn't negate the fact that we have to hit this. So load real quick. Load and step, turn the hips just a little bit. This front elbow, it's going to be a little flare because it's not faster to go around and kind of stir the pot, right? We don't want to go around, we want to go straight to it. So we're going to pop this, slam this, and shoot.
Okay.
See this, how you went here already?
Yeah.
I want to go another 1/2 inch this way.
Okay.
That way that barrel coverage is about another 6 inches.
Okay.
That's the difference between you fighting off a dirty pitch on the outside, living to see one more pitch and getting a mistake up, right? It could be a game winner versus you pulling your hands back into the sternum a little bit too early and you miss, right? We hear it in football, but it's literally a game of inches too, hitting. So let's load again. Start a little bit more towards me with the hands. Freeze. Catcher, right?
Okay.
Go ahead and look back at the knob. See how this is going straight to the catcher's helmet?
Yeah.
Okay? We want to start maybe a little bit more here too, but this has got to be down towards the ball, and I want this a little bit higher. That way, when we crunch to hit here, it's fast and it's aggressive and it's semi-violent to where that pitcher is going to be, she's going to back up a little bit because she sees your aggression, and if you make contact, she knows it's going to happen, right? And you're slowly going to have these infielders scooting back, you're slowly going to have these outfielders scooting back just because you changed 1 or 2 things in inches back here, right? It makes a world of difference with speed. 1/2 inch to 1 inch to 2 inches if we can. So load all the way south, slam that back elbow into your ribs, that front right here, this front
flares, and that gives us room to punch in a straight line through it.
Okay.
And that goes as far as the middle pitch. Boom here. That way I get on plank and I can punch. And same with the middle. That's just all foot. I don't like to train opening up because everyone's habit prone. So let's load, flare, and punch. Better. Better. Scoot up just a tad. Have that whole front foot in front of home foot. Good. Because we don't hit the ball to right field in front.
Right.
Right? We see it deep. So we have to train that off the tee or else it's unrealistic. Head still, fast hands, power on contact. Nice. Nice. See that bat wrap right there? See it? So, another drill we could do, you'll see it on the GoPro later, it was like here. Right, so another drill that you could do, right, measure your hands, we'll be here, load, and keep it here. This is where we need to be, and just grab it, right? This is a very basic old school drill. Just grab it, and you can feel this. And if your hands are too low, you don't feel the contact on your chin. So this is a great thing that you could do in the dugout in the middle of the game to create adjustments, because that's what it's for, right? Who cares about the first at bat, right? It looks good if you get a hit, but if you go 3 for 4 and you made adjustments throughout the game, that's the things that I look for. I look for a gamer, someone who's smart, who has baseball, softball IQ, who knows what they're doing. So you have to know all these drills and burn them into your head. Practice every single night. This is stuff that takes no talent, right? Control what you can control. Freeze.
Am I doing it? I feel like
Right here.
I'm wrapping.
Perfect. You feel that, right?
Yeah.
If you go down and it touches your head, you wrap.
Okay.
If you go down and it touches your braids, you're fine.
Okay.
If you're here, perfect, even more. Because now we're quicker. But you gotta get this to flare, that to slam, and this to shoot.
Okay.
Okay? The head still. Stay low. Lots of pressure in the hip. Good ball. Good ball. Go ahead and try that one hand drill. So look, take your left hand off the bat, hands up like you normally would. Right here, just a little bit higher. Right? Load. Step. Now put the left hand on the bat. Good. Now go. Good. This is just for muscle memory, right? It's kind of boring, doesn't feel like much, but that's a lot of confidence. If I can get here and if I don't feel that tension and I go here and I raise my hand up and I do this 100 times, I'm gonna do that subconsciously in the box and I'm gonna get results. So just practice it a little bit. Okay, give me that last one real quick before we pick up balls. Right hand a little higher. Good. Good, feel that?
Yeah.
It puts you on that same plane every single time. It's a beautiful drill. It's very simple.
Yeah, looks really good. Looks amazing.
She coils really well in the game. But you see how the hands just drive all the way back? That's not a bad thing. But it's just tough to get to the outside pitch.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and show you. This one was the first hit before she injured her shoulder ankle. This is a double right center. Unfortunately, no hole in the way. You see how it looped.
Yeah.
This
And
was-
that's the perfect example of what we're saying. That bat head and her knob is straight to the ground. We really aren't supplying any power. We're in a neutral position. It's like a dead stop. But if we're here and we're early on someone who throws really hard, we're gonna gain speed. But I like that knob turned a little bit. That's just the amount of torque that we could possibly use to turn without flying out. So, how do you like that drill, the one hand drill?
I like it because I can feel feel like how this arm is different. When
Right.
I wrap, it's still really bent. But like when I'm in the right spot, it's more extended out, so I can
Right.
feel it easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the more we can create simplicity, the easier everything is.
So,
Right. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not the greatest angle. And up until like the last tournament, I hadn't been using the GoPro. I'd just been filming,
Mhm.
so I don't have a whole lot of defensive stuff.
Right. Let's just go ahead and do 5 more of those,
Okay,
and then we're gonna
separate.
of the separate.
Okay.
And going through a plethora of drills is about finding what drill meets the criteria for helping your swing progress. Right. So if we found a drill that we like that makes sense, and you just hit 2 seeds in the right center, let's stick with it and see how far it goes. Okay. But we still need to go down a floor in the elevator, keep our head still, right, and think of that wall ball throw, right, where we caught it in the back hip, and we're creating tension with the hand still back. This is where the tension starts when this is stagnant, right? So if we float here, that's why I love that drill, to putting that hand back as the hips start. It's gonna be really, really powerful. I would rather you hit the ball towards the ground on the first one, right?